What's up, everybody? Coach Sauce here, bringing you Week 5's game against Quincy and the Lati Daddies. Now, you may have saw the draft preview video. We had a little bit of beef. The fact he kind of stole our strats, stole the draft. He kind of took the Tyranitar, the Wheezing, Gigas combo. Great minds think alike, and this was a good game, as you can tell, because both of us had a little bit of the same strat here, going for that sandy team, and you're gonna just find out how crisp, clean, and cool we both played under pressure. So, without further ado, let's hop into that team builder. Starting off here, we got Jkkayy, the boy, Gunga, and comes in here with the Life Orb and max speed, max attack essentially, Darkest Lariat, Drain Punch, Giga Impact, and Iron Head. So that's scary, you know. This in combination with Wheezing. And now, Wheezing here, Ginkgo, Black Sludge, Neutralizing Gas, and this is the part that gets scary because, you know, together they're kind of a duo. So Protect, Clear Smog, Memento, which I find really interesting, as well as Thunderbolt, and going for that straight max defense as well as max HP. So that was the first duo that Quincy brought. Next Pokemon up here is Tyranitar, G-Man. Hey, nah, not this G-Man. This G-Man. Coming in with the Assault Vest, Sandstream, nice little Sand Setter here, Crunch, Rock Slide, Ice Punch, and Lash Out. Max HP, max attack. You're going to find a lot of max attack coming out from Quincy's lineup as we check out the partner in crime, Dracozolt, G-Boy. And, you know, G-Boy and G-Man, they're kind of a duo as well. The Sand Rush, Choice Band on this guy, max attack, and max speed. Jolly Nature with Bolt Beak, Dragon Claw, Fire Fang, and Earthquake. This thing has a scary move pool coverage. Rounding out Quincy's team at the back here, 404, definitely not found. Quick Draw coming in as the ability with Trick Room, Shell Sidearm, Razor Shell, and Zen Headbutt. Again, max HP, most of it in attack and a little bit in defense. And the last Pokemon rounding it out is his partner to go along with Trick Room is Incognito. So like the naming scheme here, honestly. 10 out of 10 names, Quincy. You can tell which ones are going together in terms of partners, little duo action. We got the Thick Club on Marowak. Again, max attack and going for more of the specially defensive side here with Earthquake, Flare Blitz, Poltergeist, and Swords Dance to set up. Now on to your Kalamazoo Raichu. First Pokemon we bring this week is the first and best trade I think I've made. Ninja Boogie with the Focus Sash and Unburden, a little bit of chemistry there. Max HP just to survive, and max speed. Just going for the straight support with Water Shuriken, Yawn, Encore, and Faint. So thought that we could use some Yawn utility as well as Faint in case he wants to protect. Encore just to, you know, screw him up. And Water Shuriken to synergize with this boy, Sandcastle. You're kidding, right? You're scared of a sandcastle?
Well, you should be.
Because this thing has Scorching Sands for the burn chance against that physical lineup you just saw. Shadow Ball, Ancient Power as a rock move. And I'm thinking you're thinking the same thing. It's only 60 power. Well, it's actually 110 when he's Dynamaxed because this boy is with a weakness policy. Max HP, max special attack. We are going in heavy with the Sandcastle. Next up is Larry with the Citrus Berry, and we were careful to choose this nature here as we maxed out our special defense and HP, and we're going for a nice little body press set with the Iron Defense and Body Press, and Iron Head and Roost. Next up is Slenderman with the Expert Belt, and we are going with Drill Run and Close Combat for our attacking moves. And other than that, we just have our classic Speed Swap and Coaching as our 4th utility move this week, as gives a nice little buff to attack and defense for our Pokemon. 5th Pokemon on the team this week, Bish. Nothing too fancy here, just bringing those biting strong attacks with Strong Jaw, Choice Band, max attack, max HP, you know the drill, Vicious Rend, repeat. So we had to watch out in case he brought Cradily this week, but fortunately he didn't, so we had free reign with this boy. And last but not least, we got the cake. We got that fat cake. You got me, all creamy with the leftovers. Aroma Veil, max defense, max HP, and we just went for a fun little setup mon this week with sub acid armor, Calm Mind, and Dazzling Gleam as the attack finisher, as nothing was really too resistant to Fairy. So yeah, and that's your Kalamazoo Raichu. So let's head into those games. So immediately I see that there's some duos happening. I can already tell the Weezing and the Gigas, the T-Tar and the Dracozolt, and then the 404 Incognito boys on the right, acting at the little Trick Room action, which, you know, pretty cool. So I'm thinking let's just start out with the cheese immediately. That's why we come here, that's why we do it. So what do? We start off with Excelgor and Palisand, aka the Sandcastle Ninja Boogie boys. Now, I realize neutralizing gas is a huge problem. A, because it activates the Regigigas, and B, because my cheese strat is nullified because of this ability. So I immediately need to get rid of this ASAP. So we Dynamax, and we just go for the Yawn on the Gunga, and then essentially try and get rid of that Weezing as soon as possible. So he goes for a Darkest Lariat, but we're a tanky boy, and he actually activates our weakness policy, which is good for us. So this helps us take care of Ginkgo, which, as you saw, he was defensive invested. So Ginkgo, no more. So we're up pretty hard with a 4-3 lead right now as he T-bolts into Ninja Boogie. So now the slow start activates, and now my water compaction works. So now here comes the cheese. You got water shuriken, water compaction, and look at all that text on the screen. That's 4 times defense, folks. Darkest Lariat incoming. Max Quake again onto 404. Sandcastle doing work. And finally the Yawn gets out and Gunga is asleep. So Incognito comes out. He Dynamaxes himself, which is kind of a scary thing. So I go for the Max Guard and try and Yawn that thing to sleep. So Phantasm whiffs because of the guard, and now we're not Dynamaxed. So I try and swap in Slenderman just to try and do some fun things here, but he says absolutely no to that, and Max flares it, and Gunga wakes up to take care of Sandcastle. So now it's tied 2-2, but we got a drowsy Dynamax guy on their side. So in comes Dracovish, Bish, and Ninja Boogie once again. We feint to make sure you can't protect at all, and we Vicious Rend that thing down. And now it's just a sleepy Marowak alone by itself. We make sure to tickle it first with a Water Shuriken, and then going for the kill with Vicious Rend. So first game here, close one. We had a 2-0 victory. Game plan when is planned, you know. So we figure, do we throw the game and try some new stuff, you know, try and get in his head, or do we just stick with the game plan and figure out if he has an answer? we go with option B. So we start out again, Sandcastle, Ninja Boogie. This time he reacts with G-Boy and G-Man.
But I'm the G-Man.
Sandstorm, active. G-Boy, active. But Water Shuriken has that priority. So we Dynamax, and we get the Wall of Text. Yeah, we get the weakness policy activated. We get the Water Shuriken giving us the 4 times defense. He Bolt Beaks, so Ninja Boogie's dying to Sandstorm. But G-Boy's dying to that Max Quake. So it's going to be 3-3. But we have a bunch of stats, and he really doesn't. So we'll send out Larry this time, and we'll start buffing up with Iron Defense. He goes for another Crunch, does another 10.9%, and at this point we know Tyranitar can't really touch us, so we're just gonna try and go for Slowbro, as just in case he was a special attacker, we wanted to nullify any risk there. So we get the Phantasm out, and down goes 404, and he cannot be found. So Incognito comes in, and he Dynamaxes the Tyranitar. So we go for a Body Press, which brings him down to 11% in Dynamax. So that 4 times weakness not doing him any favors. And he comes out with a Max Hailstorm, which was a surprising move. Citrus Berry gets popped on Larry, and he tries to go for a Swords Dance just to try and get some stacks of damage up, just to try and deal with the Sandcastle. But we get a Phantasm off, and down goes Marowak. And at this point, Larry gets the kill with the Body Press. So that's that. So GG's to Quincy. That was good. That was very, very good. It was fun to play you. I can't wait to see you in playoffs, see what you do with the rest of the season, and see what type of team changes, style changes, anything you're doing upcoming, because I'm looking forward to a rematch, man. But I gotta say, the free agent swaps that we made with Excelgor, Ninja Boogie coming in to support Sandcastle, kind of good. That was a really good first debut, and Quincy himself even said, I was not expecting that. And so sometimes you just got to go for the cheese, and that's how you are able to melt your opponents sometimes. So next week we're facing up against Lanky Paul, aka Sean, and the Edmonton Ice Cubes, and we've done some scrims, and we're back and forth. You know, he won the first one, I won the second one, but we got to do it for realsies, right? So that's going to be a pretty good game. I'm really looking forward to that one. And, you know, we've both been kind of struggling this season, so we're going to try and see if we can scrape one by each other. So looking forward to that one. But again, thank you for watching, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and, you know, I appreciate the views, honestly. So take care, and see you guys later. Stay saucy. I want to be the very best that no one ever was, Lanky Paul. And that means you gotta go down.
I'm gonna make sure you become stanky.